Hi, I am Silvio, and this is part 12 of my 2025 Christmas Village full tutorial series. Let's see what this code will allow me to produce in the next days, hoping that it will be of enough decent quality to be uploaded. Otherwise, this part 2 will not be for this week, but for next week. But then why I am telling you that? Because surely I will have to reshoot a new intro. So guys, sorry for that. Forget the last seconds. If all goes well, I will try to concentrate on some props, on some stands. For me, those little things here are props, stands, little market, as someone calls them, table accents, but for me they are simply props to animate and to populate my Christmas village. Right now you have seen two of them, and those are classic for me. They will be always present in all my Christmas villages for now, for the past, and forever. But maybe I have something more to show you, and I will try to do that, hoping to have the voice to tell you something. And then I made a statement that I will start painting something, and between a coffee and another, I will try to also paint some building. I don't know how much I will be able to paint. And then I have a task, the train task is still open, the locomotive task is still open. I've started modeling something, but let's get step by step ahead. So first thing first, the props, the stands, the table accents. Let's work on that. So guys, okay, layout, okay, working on the buildings, okay, working on the figurines, and I have spent already so many hours on all of them. But a Christmas village is not only layout, buildings, and figurines. It is also props and other things. And in the next minutes, let's say in the next hours, I will do something that I haven't done before, because I was, and I'm still, a little reluctant to do it. Let me try to explain. If you watched this channel for some seasons, you know, because I said it not many times, but I've already said it, that when my mother passed in 2019, I got a lot of her collection. I got more than 50% of her collection. And her collection was huge, guys, was exterminated. No, was not exterminated, was extensively massive. I don't know how to figure out. It was a classic collections, collected all along 30 and more years of being in Italy, maybe the precursor of Christmas villages in a country deep radicated into Christmas cribs and not Christmas village. By the way, until 2019, 2018, let's say until 2018, we used to build one single Christmas village, and it was a family Christmas village, and it was giant, huge, let's say between 6 and 7 times mine actually, and mine it is medium big, but we used to build it at my mom's home, at my mother's home, in a huge room. She had a big house, etc. So in that room, and we used to build it from late September, October up to when it was finished. But it was a collective work. 10, 15 members of the family working on that village for so many months, but only during the weekends, because we all worked, especially during the last period. And she was the chief, she was the boss, she dictated everything, how she wants to have her Christmas village. I learned everything from her. Whatever you have seen here on this channel, I learn all from her, and sometimes it depends on her goodness. Reserved some corners here and there for some family members to add their proper touch to the Christmas village, to the family Christmas village. But it was a huge festivity, it was a pleasure, it was okay. I don't want to get crying right now, but it was like that. So obviously you have seen also during this season I went on YouTube a minimum part of her collection that I've used during the years. But many things, many props, many buildings, I haven't yet used them. I don't know if I will use them in the future. But the collection is there. Sometimes, like in this occasion, I will show you part of her collection. I will show you 4 items I will add to my 2025 Christmas village. They are all from Louville, and obviously not recent. I think up to 2018 or early 2019. But I will use them. Why I am reluctant? Because sometimes I feel the impulse to modify those props, those giant figurines, etc., those elements, because they aren't that good. So I said to myself, no, stop, don't do it, continue with what you have already took from your collection, your additions, yes, your collections, and I haven't touched anything, I haven't modified that much of what you have seen right now. Yes, my collection started from 2019, before I added a collection, because all the family collection was at my mother's house, at my mom's house. And my new collection, you have always seen my addition to the new collection, to my collection. Okay, it's up to me to continue the collection, because who got the other parts of the collection, it isn't really interested in Christmas villaging, and it is a pity, but I don't want to make a war with nobody right now. I'm talking about my family. What remains of my family? Not my children, obviously, but what remains of the family. Related strictly, directly to my mom. Enough. Let me took on myself. And let's start. I will start by this Louville here, guys. This is from, I don't remember, I need to change my glasses, sorry guys. This is from 2018, so Louville 2018. As you know, Louville is a Dutch company. It is almost everything sold in Europe, and the majority of what they sell it is sold in the Netherlands. This is 2018 Louville. Obviously, it is made in China, and the majority of what Louville produce is a 3 volt. Okay, this is a decoration item, is not a toy. Keep out. So the box is a standard for what used to be Louville, and it is still like that nowadays. Interesting packaging for not the building, but because Louville doesn't have a very extensive collection of buildings, but props, figurines, yes, not as they used sorry, to produce up until 2006, 2008, because after that period they got some, I don't know, maybe crisis, etc. But this is an apple candy store from Louville. Let me open it. Obviously the box is not new, it has been used, notice, and Louville always do that, package inside the package, and doesn't use very often some styrofoam, some foam inside the packages, but use carton boxes. So, and generally each prop, each not figurine, but each standalone get with its proper adapter. Okay, you can use inside two AA batteries, 1.5 volt batteries. It has an on-off switch, and they are generally at this dimension. They come with some lights, and they also got a plug-in for an AC adapter. And maybe I will approach the camera and let you see a little more in detail. Okay, here it is, menu. You got some apples on the signpost, and the two figurines, a woman and the seller there with his bow tie, etc. And this is maybe late Victorian time, but stand like that with wheels and all wood like that were also in use at that time, but it is a rich stand. I love the colors. Maybe I have to work on little the face, because I don't know if I can show you, but the face has some problems, has some black on the. They are handmade as Lamax/Limax, okay, or as Department 56, and painted, etc. It is standard like that Louville, but this is good colors, and I like it. I always like it. I never used. Last time I've seen it was 2018 inside my mom's Christmas village, our family Christmas village. A wreath here, mistletoe wreath along here. Pure Christmas time, pure festivity time, pure, and it is in English. 2018, yes, but first years of Louville, all the items were in Dutch, some of in Dutch, yes, because Dutch company from the Netherlands, etc. And it was like that. Maybe the base is a little too giant, but I cannot cut it because this is not resin, or maybe yes, but I don't know if I will cut it or leave it like that. Right now I'm more interested by other two things. And good, look guys, they also add some cobblestones, snow, etc. I don't think this is a bad piece. Surely I will replace the lights because I will say it once, allow me to say it, and just one times. Sorry, mom. And I will modify them. All the four, maybe not all the four, I will show you, I will modify them, but you can see that those kinds of LED are very fade, okay, and not that powerful, so they don't make too much lights. Most probably I will not use them. First of all, because they are too mobile. It simply is a matter of detaching the cable, the cord from here, from those little hooks they added here. You have some hooks there, screwable hooks, so they are open from one side. It is simple a matter of unscrewing them, voila. And you can, by that, removing like that the wires, okay. And you can see, guys, I can switch off the lights, but those are too fade, so I will need to replace those LEDs with some of mine, I think, to get everything more interesting. Okay, maybe those are 3mm diameter LEDs, old style LEDs, not that tiny LEDs. But what is disturbing more, it is the use of those trees, guys. I call them the bottle cleaner bottle cleaner trees, okay, because they are not good looking, guys. Yes, they are massively used in every Christmas village I've seen on YouTube, etc. But cone, yes, not that good. Not that good looking. I will try to improve these, okay? My intent is try to improve. And the pine tree here, the winter pine tree, the tree, it is simply added with some hot gun glue, okay, I think, yes. And this tree is, the base diameter is 3 centimeters, and the height, it is 5.5 centimeters. The only thing I pre-worked, because I didn't want you to wait too much, is the tree. I will add this tree, guys, in replacement of that one. Maybe I can approach the camera once again, guys. This is a more attractive and more effective tree. I've used the same pattern used by other brands, and maybe I can show you an image picture right now, but they are very effective. They are not symmetrical because you have here, then it is placed here, then goes up, 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 so they are not symmetrical, especially like what real trees are. The same dimension I try to go with 3 centimeters maximum and 5 centimeters and something. A flat base like that. It isn't painted, it isn't primed, simply because I need to place it before everything. The advantage of those trees that if they hit on some corner, on some hard objects, they flex the they flex, okay, they adapt because they are adapting. Maybe I will have to adapt also this one. So right now I will try to remove the tree there. I should use some hot gun, some heat gun, sorry guys, but I'm afraid I will damage something. The tree obviously will be damaged if I use a heat gun. So maybe a little, because the glue is too there. Let me take the heat gun. I will set it to the minimum, and from the distance let me see. Yes, yes, okay. As you can see, just some seconds of heat gun and it has come out. Let me just go a little more, like that, in order to be able to remove correctly everything. Okay. Oops. And I will try to remove the maximum possible of the residual glue there. Okay, okay. It is good. Yes, I need to clean the screwdriver here. Okay, let me check. It isn't perfectly flat there. Yes, it isn't perfectly flat. Okay. No, it isn't. Let me work on it. I will try to make it flatter. Better, like that, it is better. Okay, good. I will clean and then I will start working on the tree. Okay, I will prime it and paint it before attaching it to the to where it belongs now. It will belong there. A little cleaner. Now guys, the tree. I will prime the tree and do whatever I can in real time. This is my support for painting figurines, etc. And it is so effective. I will always use it. I will stick the tree there. Some of my primer, I generally don't prime anything with my brush. I always use the airbrush, but in this case I will make an exception. So prime, it is the standard gray prime I always use. Like that. Speed painting like that, guys. It is speed painting. Okay, let's wait some minutes while that while the primer sets a little. Let me work on this. I will add some gray on the skirt there, on the skirt on the lady, and then correct some problems. The face of the seller is too white, the end is too white. Let me add some colors to it. Okay, let me check some pink. Yeah, some pink. My brushes, my figurine brushes. Let me go with a 0. I think it will be more than enough. With a 0 and yeah. Like that, even the nose. Like that. The end is not that. It is very similar to the pink they used. Generally, I don't use that color for the skin, guys. I have a basic skin tone, and I will show you guys. This is always have to do that with Vallejo colors. This for me is the basic skin tone, and you can see the difference. And you can see the difference, guys. For me, that is the basic skin tone. This is too to pink, okay? But they used the pink there. They used the pink, so I will not change that much the aspect, the original aspect, the other end, and the cellar. Like that. It doesn't have what color they use in front for the ears. They use the brown. Let me do the lady skirt first. I think I have the right color already pre-made. Yes, it is this one. Yes, it is this one. I will check, obviously. I will check if it goes there. A little too dark. Okay, a little better, not so damaged the back of the. These don't need to be precise, perfect, etc. But that skirt there, or the lower part of the dress there, it has two white marks on it. Now it has a regular color, okay, like that. Now, while these dry a little more, this is still wet, so I will wait some minutes. Good, let me do a little of mess. Black in some water. There isn't a correct mix. I simply need to add a little of depth to the tree, and the depth is done adding different colors. Like that, just a minimum of black, too much. But it will disappear. Okay, let's wait for it to dry. While it dries out, before applying the green, two different shades of green, let's correct a little. Let's correct a little there. White, like that, and white. Not that much to correct there. Okay, a little of brown for the air of the cellar. Brown for the air of the cellar, especially in the back. . 。  . 。 . 。 . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . like that. Okay. Okay, from the right side it is good. Okay. The end needs a second end of the snow. It has to black. Where is the rose? The pink. Like that. Okay. I will not change the rest. It is good like that. It is good. Yes, a little of brown there for the lady shoes. Just the tip of the shoes there. Okay. The attraction here is the complex, not just the simple lady, etc. or anything else. Okay, here. If I have like that, simply a little Q-tip and then voila. Like that. The tree is still drying, so let's talk about the lights. Let's talk about the lights. I will add the simple LEDs, I think, there. I don't know if I will use the hooks. Maybe I will remove the hooks. So guys, no, I will not use LEDs like that. Let me try something different. Let me try to use and to see if those lanterns that I have already used for my buildings will fit there. A couple of them, yes, one here and one there. Or I don't know, I really don't know if they will make enough light. I have the problem of the inside. If I place them there, I don't like them. I will go like this, okay? I will go like this. Yeah. I will go like here. Okay. Super glue. Super glue. Sorry guys. It is another of my bad moments. So like that. Let me clean. And then let's test the inverted, so yellow is negative and black is positive. Okay, they work. Let me connect these to some serious wires, and these will be done. Let me check the age, almost there. Yes, okay. Wires to get those connected. Very fragile. This wire is very, very fragile. So now, let's get this connected in the right way.
This morning, now watch me step. The week was murder. I'm gonna get rid of the stress. I'm feeling lighter. I'm finally feeling like I can breathe. The night is calling. Tension, gonna blow in the breeze. We're rolling downtown. We're grooving to the sound. We're rolling downtown. The weekend's here and it feels so right. I think I'll break the skins out tonight. I'm gonna go out and have a good time. Ain't nothing gonna stop me tonight. Ain't nothing gonna stop me tonight. Gonna throw my clothes on, tell my crew what's up. Just wanna party, ain't nobody looking for love. The music's popping, this beat has got me feeling alive. Head to the strip, these wheels gon' light up the night. I'm living in a fantasy, come on and take a ride with me. I'm tryna put your mind at ease, let me know that you're feeling me. I'm living in a fantasy, come on and take a ride with me. I'm tryna put your mind at ease, come on and get down with me. We're rolling down, grooving to the sound. We're rolling downtown.
Okay, an AC adapter, and I will test this before getting ahead, even in plain dark. Good, the AC adapter is here, 3 volts, and it makes enough lights, I think. Let me switch off all the lights. As always, this is not the perfect camera for this, and it is set to a very bright scenario, so let me get these like that. Once again, this is not the right camera to do a night shot view, but it makes enough light to be seen, okay? And it is better than the one coming with it originally. So I will left it like that. Let me get back to the original ISO, like that. Switch on all the lights. Okay, switch off. Let me place it a little more towards there. The tree, dried black, so 2 shades of green, dark green, right now, dark green, like that. I will go with another brush. So dry brush as usual. In this case, dry brush. Okay, some minutes to dry out. Okay, second layer. Let's change the green. Let's use a lighter green. Like that. Just remember that green is not completely opaque. Even dark green is not that opaque. That's why it is darker than this green here, simply because I already added the black there, but it is green. I think I will need 2 layers. Right now it's useless to do the second layer. Let's wait some minutes to dry. Okay, enough with the green. Let's wait, then white. A little of white is mandatory, but maybe something more. Okay, snow, it's not simply applying some white here. It has some consistency. It has some texture. Okay, so here I have some plaster. So some 5 minutes quick curing plaster, but it is too gray. So I will add some water, obviously, but also I will add some of this is titanium white. It is it will make everything more white. I will add some titanium white. It is a very powerful powder. Let's add some water, like that, not too much. Whoops. I continue making some mess. That's the problem, is that the bottom is not flat here. Okay, let me add a little of consistency like that, more on the top. Okay, I think it's enough, yes. Maybe not, maybe a little more here. Okay. Not regular. Yes, like that. Maybe a little more in here, like that. And not being a paint, it has some texture, it has some thickness, like that. I don't want this to be completely white. I will go like that, guys. I will go like that. Let's wait minimum 5 minutes this to dry out. Okay, it is a little more than 5 minutes. I waited 15 minutes. Okay, now it is time to place it there. Yes, good. Voila. And I will glue it there. I will not use hot gun glue. I will use super glue. Okay, I will use super glue. It is like that. Okay, no, maybe I will hide a little more the wires here. Yes. Yes. It will be better if I do something more useful. Just remember that before I had this one here, okay guys? Maybe I'm mad, maybe I'm sick, but I think that these three there, it is better than the one they had in the factory, at the factory, okay? It is good like that. Maybe a little too much glue there. Yes, like that. Okay, but it will not be noticeable. So this one, sorry little tree, but sorry little bottle brush, but I don't like you. And And that's all, guys, for this apple candy stall, or whatever they call it. Yes, apple candy stall. Second box I will reopen after so many years. This is from 2018, so still 2018. It is the beer stall and drinking, always from Louisville, always to the AA battery, 1.5 volt batteries. Nothing more, nothing more there. Adapter connector, LED. The box is the same as always as the recent one. Voila, here the year is coming to an end. Passers by hurry home with their collars turned up. The smells of freshly baked Christmas cake and mulled wine flow through the village street. Warm light makes the snow glow, and the children's choir can be heard in the distance, etc., etc. They always add a little story to their building. This one, it is, as always, packed in some carton. And this one has two elements, guys. Let me take this one. This is a little nothing, a separator, and this is the main feature. Like that. And maybe I will switch once again the LED. I don't like at all. I don't like at all those LEDs. Let me do the same thing I did before with the AA batteries. Yellowish color. If they used a white LED, because it was better, because colored LEDs distort the real color of what inside, especially yellow. Especially just think about street lamps in northern countries or in states where you have a fog, that are orange, yellow, orange street lamps. All the colors during the night that are under those street lamps change completely color, because it is the yellow. And I don't want these to change colors. Okay, so this is the best beer in town. You have a cellar that it has standard dimensions correctly for the figurines, around 6 centimeters, precisely 6 centimeters. So it's not like having something in different scale. It is the same scale. Some crates, no, some boxes, yes, some boxes with something to eat inside, barrel of beers there, and the stand is upon some barrels of beer. The seller here, always with bow tie, is trying to insert the spiller into the barrel, and it has some glass of beer in his hands. And this is from the back. Nothing to say about that, but maybe some color to change here and there. And before commenting, the second composition, the second part, is composed by, and this one, it's what makes that very, very, very beautiful, is that besides it, you can place those two drinking at a, let's say, at a beer fountain like that, okay? You see that they are drinking at a, here you have a giant beer barrel, okay? And then some spot to place their feet like that, okay? Like that. And then a giant strange circular piece of wood as a table, and then there is the fountain there getting some glass of beers, let's call them pint of beer, okay, some pint of beer. They are dressed in plain winter with a scarf, with a coat, this one a little less, but with all the beer it has already drank. And it is the coupling of those two that I like, guys. Imagine in the front view, one beside the other. That's why I need to think about the LEDs. This one will be like that, guys, and both. I don't know where I want to place it, if this side or this side, maybe better to the right there. And three figurines, very good positioned in natural position, not a striker pose. They are doing something. I like this one. I should have used it before, but you know why I haven't used it before. But guess what, guys? Once again, these three there, I sincerely don't like it, guys. And guess what? Yes, I measured it before and I made another tree. Like the previous one, this one will be more good to see because it is taller and it has the same dimensions as that one. So I will place this there. I'm a little concerned about those little triangular flags that if I go wrong hitting the hot glue there, they will poof disappear. But you know what I will be doing in the next minutes. I don't know if I will show you the process because it is the same, but I will need to change the LEDs. I don't like yellow ones, those yellow ones. And then I just need to remember where I want the good of those ones. That is, you can orient them towards the bottom, towards the front. Maybe I will use some other LEDs. Here I have the space to add one white bright LED that will help me get the correct illumination everywhere. And then I will add, I don't have anything to add correct LED there in order to get some lights on best beer in town, but another LED on the side to get light to those two guys drinking their beer, the best beer in town, okay? So I will proceed as you have already seen. Remove, paint, add, and then I will get back when it is time to add the LEDs and what will be my choice for the LEDs there. Okay, so let me go there. I will remove the tree. Well, it is complete, I think. Okay, guys, So I replaced the tree, and you can see that now this one has another effect. Is a little more suited for such a good scene. I changed the LEDs, and I added the two LEDs. Where is the, like that. I added an LED inside to get, maybe I can bend it more like this to get everything illuminated here, and the lantern there on the pole there to get some light to, and at a certain height to the other two guys' scenes, like that, if it was like that. I can switch off the light, this, okay guys, so it is better to let you see everything, but with those two the scene will be extremely illuminated, okay? The LED inside the roof there will illuminate the cellar, okay, the vendor, the seller, and the lantern will get light to the scene. Even from a certain distance you will get the light, okay, there at the same level, maybe like that. So let me do, it is too inclined towards the external, let me incline it like that, in order to get LED getting the light only towards the vendor. Sorry, I forgot the mic before, but I think you heard anyway what I was saying. So the second one is done, okay? This one too is done. I don't have to paint anything. No, I don't have to paint anything on the figurines or on the barrel, etc. I already added all the wires, and the wires will go from on the back. But these three guys, let me say once again why even Louville is using those ideas for me, for this kind, not for the background of the village, etc., but for this kind of extremely well designed and extremely well defined accent, a table, call it whatever you want, a table, props, etc. It is necessary to have the correct tree. A correct tree, at least a correct tree, and this one, it is at least correct. Okay, let's switch to the third and fourth one. I don't think I have too much to work on them, but I will show you the other two. Okay, the third one I will add, it is from 2017. It is from 2017, I think. I don't have here anything, and it is a schnapps stand from Louville. Even at that time, even in Victorian time, schnapps was in vogue. They used it to drink schnapps. So let me take it out here. Okay. Okay, there. Voila, guys. It is another beautiful scene, and I forgot the batteries. Let me take the batteries. Okay, I have the batteries here and there, and let's switch on. These has correct small LED, so I will not change them, I think. By the way, we also have a little standard there. Okay, like that. And 3 guys, 2 customers, and the owner of the schnapps there. I don't have to change anything, guys, in here. Okay, painted and not even change something on the painting, correct something. No, I will leave it like this. Okay, instead of red, etc. And the LED are small, correct, not invasive. The correct light, the correct white yellowish light, not that yellow but white natural light. So I will leave it like that. I will simply change the power cord. Okay, I will simply change the power cord because I don't like this huge adapter. Maybe I will, let me see if I can remove it. No, I will simply cut in the middle and add my standard wire there. Okay, quickly done, etc. But these guys also, it is a very good scene. I like it. I like it. I should have used it before in some of my past villages, but okay. These 2 will be, I simply need to cut there and add the cord, my standard power cord. Okay, that will be attached to the 8 octopus splitter, my octopus splitter, and get connected to a 3-volt power adapter. Okay, let me do it quickly. Okay, and then I will show you the last one. The last one, it is the smallest one. Okay, guys, it is from 2017, Louville, and this is, I knew, she was always joking, my mother, French cheese market. It was a way to make fun of ourselves, of our mixed family, French, Italian, etc. Cheese market. But I don't think this is a market at all. No. This little guy here, let's call him, I don't know, Gaston. Gaston, ça va, oui. Gaston. Let's call it, because it has the expression of a Gaston, I think, judging from the, oh yes, he is a Gaston. I bet he is Gaston. Gaston something. Gaston Navarre, Gaston Laval, Gaston quelque chose. Okay, so guys, simple small cord there. 1, 2, 1, 1. Sorry, I had a mic problem. Don't tell me that he is not a Gaston. Bien sûr, of course he is Gaston. It has the le chapeau basque, the basque hat there, and a knife, a pair of knife, and no, one knife and a bottle opener there. It has some white and red wine, some blue cheese, some camembert, other cheeses there, okay? And obviously is Gaston, le vendeur de fromage. Cheese market, they call it cheese market, but it is not a market, it is simply a cart. Let me see the color of the LED, if I need to change it or not. Yes, I need to change it because it is too yellow. Okay, so I will, yes, I will remove this one. I can't stand a yellowish, it is too yellow, guys. Really yellow. No, I will not use it. I will change, I will remove the power cord, I will remove everything. Let me do it in real time like that. It is simply some glue, some hot gun glue. This is a little more tricky to remove. I will remove a little of glue, the LED, and the cord. There, removed. I will clean the remaining hot glue. Okay. And I will simply replace the LED. The hot glue makes a mess, guys. And now the light is natural white, okay, so no problem at all. I will not put any light in face there, towards the face of Gaston there. Okay, fourth one, the French market cheese. Let me call it French wine and cheese. Okay, French wine and cheese. One more thing. At the very beginning of this new 2025 series, I did something strange for that moment. That strange thing was taking a locomotive similar to this one. This is a Bachmann ON30 260 Mogul steam locomotive. ON30, it is the closest scale that you can find to the Lemax/Limax/Department 56 buildings. So that's why I'm using Bachmann ON30 train models. And I took a locomotive like this one and I took it apart. I think it was part 1 or part 2, and the resulting was especially this part here, the bottom part that I've adjusted, I've disassembled, and I add some grease and I add some new life to the motor, to the electric motor of this locomotive. That I will not use this, but it was the candidate, the ideal candidate to disassembling and trying to do something that you will understand. The bottom part, the part with the wheels that are connected to the rails that are electrified, and so the motor here, the engine, can start when you turn on the AC adapter connected to the train tracks, will make the train advance forward or backward, no problem. And I always used such locomotives. 260 steam locomotive, good enough for me for what for the time being when I have used them, because during Victorian time all the locomotives used by trains were steam locomotives. But for what I have in mind this season, and you already know my craziness of pushing the railroad tracks up to 60 centimeters from the ground, this is said, I want a different locomotive. Yes, you have seen during the past weeks my locomotive, my green and red locomotive from the Thomas Kincaid train set. From Bachmann, obviously not precisely from Bachmann, but the manufacturer is Bachmann, US company. But my intent was to use the bottom because I need a motor, I need a train engine, but not with the top shell used as standard top shells. And when I disassemble it, and you have seen me disassemble these locomotive, you also maybe notice that the main key of such shell is the container of what is supposed to be the main engine. So with shells like those ones, the locomotive, the engine, gets inside the shell. Okay, in this case you need to pay attention to where you insert everything and where you want to get everything in the correct position, and then this will get through and the locomotive with the shell will be reassembled. Okay, right now I haven't connected the wires, so I will not do this, but the main principle, you see, it is the same. Okay, the bottom will disappear inside the shell, and obviously for this model here I can find on the market shell replacements, but exactly as those one. If I want or if I wanted something different, I had to do it myself. 3D modeling and 3D printing. So in the next days, while this cold was eating me, I finally had the time to reverse engineer this shell here. And the main focus would be the container of the bottom part. Okay, so I measured precisely the dimensions, the size of the shell that will contain the bottom here, adjusted, I sweared a couple of times because it is so delicate, it is so thin, it's not thick. And also because this is factory made, not 3D printed. It is plastic. This has components of metal, this is metal, etc. But this is pure plastic, and it is a mold injection part. Okay, you have a mold that will be injected by plastic, by semi-liquid, by fused, by melted plastic. Then it gets hard in the second die. So for my design, I started with the shell, guys, that here maybe I can approach. I used the base part was the shell that here isn't curved like in this case. You have an impression that it is curved because the the container is a cylinder, but but in reality it is simply square, like taking a parallelepiped and cutting it through a cylinder. A simple boolean. I did the same thing with what I wanted. I started with the shell. I tested the shell, and by the way, what you will see in the next minute, it is only a prototype. It is far from being finished, but finally you have you have me working on this, and in the next week or week and a half I will complete it. And the shell here, it is supposed to accommodate the bottom part that will not be this one, but as you can see and heard with the click, the bottom part fit perfectly inside, and I can use, if I want, a little of glue, PVA glue, etc., but it fit inside. And I'm still missing a lot of part, the chimney, etc., but this is the new profile of my locomotive. It remembers the same locomotive, but in fact it is very different. You can see that it has the pusher here on the lower side, and has the cabin there for the train conductor, etc. here too, but it has some strange form, rounded forms, rounded shapes here and there, in the front and the back here, and obviously I'll have the possibility to have the tender attached to even these new locomotives. So my intent was have a completely different shell for my locomotive that will use the same cars, the same wagons, the same tender, but a different shell. Between past and future, between chimney, between steam, and a little rounded, because during Victorian time, during the forms, the shapes weren't that rounded, but were straight and cutted lines. I wanted something more soft, more rounded. And I'm still missing the lights, I'm still missing some plates, I'm missing plenty of things. But right now, and guys, I even tested it like this, and it rolls on the tracks. It hasn't problem rolling on the tracks. And this will be the starting point of my new locomotive, Mu. I will have a mix between old and new. And yes, I assembled this using some resin, and I cut it into pieces simply because I needed it to be 3D printed without too many supports. So this will be the starting point of my new locomotive, and with the plates, etc., will be a little more attractive. Right now it isn't very attractive, but I wanted something different. The locomotive will have this aspect here, rounded, here something like, okay, maybe some of you who may have seen the series from the 80s, 1980s, and even the new series from early 21st century may recognize these as the helmet of the Cylons from Battlestar Galactica. I can deny that I was a little inspired by that helmet, or it may also remind you, but not that much, the helmet of the Mandalorian from Star Wars universe. Okay, so Battlestar Galactica is a little more for for not that much people, but the Mandalorian and Star Wars, it is for many more people. And the back is simply a redesign of these, but believe me, it wasn't my intention. Maybe when I finished modeling it, I realized, oh, what does it remember me? Oh, yes, that. Okay, so I will not redo the design, but I will leave it like that. A little exaggerate for the time being, Victorian time, but I want this. And it is not to exaggerate, because it is not nuclear powered or space time or intergalactic engines, but it simply will be a steam engine, a steam locomotive with a different form around it. That said, I will from now on give you some updates all along the next weeks, all along the next parts, until I have completed this locomotive here. Okay, that's all for this update on my locomotive. Final recap of part 12 of the 2025 season, and I am starting by a pan view of the new additions. There will be new additions, the props I will add, the double accents I will add. You can name them the way you want. Okay, guys, so the Schnapp stand there, the candy apples cart. Okay, it is more an old-fashioned wagon, but it is there. And then some the best beer in town here with the two customers there, and Gaston there with his French wine and cheese, and the two trees. I've replaced the LEDs, I added the lantern, I added so replaced the LED, replaced the LEDs and added a street lamp from the side for those two guys, and inside there is a new LED. The tree there, the winter tree, the pine tree, I changed it, removed the old ugly one and added this one. This is a new design for this 2025 season, this kind of tree, and it can be 3D printed in different size, obviously. Here the apple candy, or the candy apple, no, the apple candy stand or the wagon, replaced the LEDs and added my street lanterns and the small tree. Here nothing. This one was good as it was. Let me do a test and position them besides the other to see if they can work one beside the other, maybe like this. I know I will make some problems to Miss Genevieve there, but it's the only way to test the dimensions of the figurines with everything else, okay? And also with Miss Genevieve, obviously. Bonsoir, Madame Genevieve. And with Miss Genevieve. So I don't think they will be out of their place. They will add life to everything. So and what I like from Louville and those sort of thing, they model very well the figurines associated with the table accent or anything like that. And also this one that was from no brand at all had very defined figurines. And I have some that have not that good figurines coupled with them, associated with them, so I will not use them. But when I front some well-designed figurines, I will add them. And if you judge these well-modeled, well-designed, well done, you should have seen what Louville was able to produce up until 2008, 2009, the quality of their model. Maybe someday I will show you the quality of those figurines that I have from my mother collection, maybe one of them, but they are so precious nowadays. But maybe I will show them to you. So I think that the the stand's dimension and also Gaston there will have no problem at all to be integrated with the rest of the figurines. Sorry guys, I have always the power cord that are a little too much. Now obviously they aren't placed correctly, if, they need to be moved around, but the dimensions of the figurines, etc., is perfect addition. Maybe you will not see all of them here in this corner, but I will place them all around the layout, all around the Christmas village. And this piece here also, it is a good piece. All of the 4 items from my mother's collection that I've used and from Louville in this case are very good models, very good stands. Maybe in the next parts, in 2 or 3 parts, I will also show you some vintage Department 56. This is not vintage, it is between 2017, 2018, etc. But some Department 56 figurines, and they aren't that top notch, but I will explain why. I simply needed to find them once again in all my mother's cartons. The problem with those table accent is, obviously I will remove the stickers they added to prevent the table accent to scratch the table, but the base is maybe too big. I think I will hide them under my classical snow. This one is a little thinner, but I don't. But all the figurines I will add, and with these prop here, I already got 3 figurines. Here I got 1.5, but let's say 2 figurines. With the Gaston, 1 more figurine, and with the best beer in town, 3 more figurines. So if you wanted to add some attractions, if you wanted to add some stands like those ones that can bring life, and this is absolutely perfect pose, guys, perfect pose. Almost this one is this bending, having too much schnapps to already, but they are natural poses, guys, and that's the beauty of those table accents, natural poses. More figurines you add, the more life you add to your Christmas village, the better will be. Okay, guys, sorry, not too much, but modeling these trees, that tree there, and the new shell there, it was interesting with the cold that is still eating on me right now, that it is almost time to go online with next part 13. No, with part 12, sorry, with this part 12. And I just have a few hours to edit everything. But it is a decent amount of work. This, I think, will be one of the shortest video I ever made. Nothing has changed concerning the buildings. Not true, guys, because I also added this new building here. So now there are two from, oops, this one has the roof that is not attached. Okay, like this, so you can see that they are similar, even if not identical, to buildings modeled upon the same base. And I add an extra building to my main street. Okay, like that, I add an extra building to my main street. And I also repositioned some of the buildings in order to have the most stable going, the most stable straight, not a building forward, a building backward, etc. Most at the same line here, and you can see that I am almost there. Those three ones will go exactly at the same level there, and then on the curve. I just repositioned them here and there. I was saying, sorry, making some crazy chess moves all around them. What will never be depositioned, moved, will be those two buildings, and nothing more there. And yes, these allow me to have a small passage, but a passage to the Joseph Edward tea shop there. Not a tea shop, but tea shoppe. Tea shoppy. Okay, guys, nothing has changed there. But as I stated, I painted another building from this series, guys. And now, beside the airborne building, you have this one. It is the same building as this one, but just simply modifying the color, it has changed. And instead of using 2 street lamps, I used just 1. And inside there, I have a grocery scene, a Victorian grocery scene. Why? I will tell you something that maybe you will not believe, but this will be my Grosseria Italiana, wrote exactly like I pronounced it. Grosseria Italiana, written like grocery, but groceria with a C, so Groceria Italiana. If you search for some reference images, you will see that during Victorian time and first years of 1900, people from Europe, probably people from Italy, opened such stores. But they didn't know how to write in Italian, they didn't know how to write in English, so they made some, I don't know how to call it English, English Italian, English. It's not like Spanglish, that is a good word, but Ita-English word. Grosseria Italiana, and I will have a signpost somewhere with Grosseria Italiana, and I don't know if I will add another canopy like in this case. And no scenes there, I added some curtains on those levels, and I have an LED inside here and an LED outside here with the street lamp. And also this red is not that bad, so red, blue, green, all colors possible in Victorian time. And once again, these add another little tessera to the puzzle here. This will be the last building, and here I will have a building at 90 degrees, and the other buildings will continue here and end up here. So, and they are already done, guys. And then I'm still working on what will be at this level here, guys. Not here on top of the railroad, but on this level here. It is a secret, guys. But finally, after a few weeks, I could get time. Maybe I must thank my cold to paint another building, another commercial / industrial building, and it was normally to have Italian grosserias. It seems like not Italian grosseria, but grosseria italiana. It seems a Spanish word, but it is a nonsense. In the worst side of the city, so near to the most industrial building, a grocery shop. Here, tailor, and then a bookshop, and then other more elegant shop here, a grosseria, a grocery shop near to the industrial building. And yes, guys, always the same technique for adding inside the grocery point of view. And that's all, but I've started. Maybe you were expecting a new painted building here, and no, guys, I went with the next building from this side, because too much buildings there, no more building here, no, guys. But anyway, this section will have less buildings. I think another four or five buildings, no more. But this will be the most interesting corner I ever made, I think. Sorry, guys, it's not always good to pat on your proper shelf. And as said in the last minutes of last part there, the stone bench, here nothing is connected yet, the stone bench that will go around there, with people getting access to the bench there. What else, guys? Nothing, guys, sorry. I hope to get you some more things, some more painted buildings and some more novelties for next part. But maybe next part will be in 2 weeks. I still have to decide when to go to Peraga Christmas store. I don't know. I will let you know in the next days. See me for the outro in just some seconds. Oui, 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 mais allez-y doucement, s'il vous plaît. Madame Geneviève, c'est à la limite de l'harcèlement ce que vous êtes en train de faire. De votre village, oui, de votre village. She is stalking. She has started stalking Gaston now that she met him. Simply because she is saying that they are from the same village in France. Should I believe her? But I don't know. But the important thing is that Gaston there and all those props, those table accents, those micro scenes, those additions are so important for any Christmas village, even because, also because they have figurines in so natural poses, doing some standard things, doing some natural things, and that mandatory for any Christmas village, adding life, adding adding figurines as much as possible, but natural poses. And it is so hard to find nowadays in Lemax/Lemax production. I'm talking about natural poses, okay, normal natural poses. I know these are from 2017, 2018, and they are from Louisville. But even nowadays, Louisville produce pieces with figurines in natural poses. I still hope that Lemax will start once again adding natural poses to their figurines, to their micro scenes, to their accent, table accent, props, etc. I'm looking around if I don't have a laser pointed at me by some hitman, as always when I'm talking about Lemax/Lemax. But I'm only do it in the general interest for everyone, guys. The new building there added on the commercial/industrial site and the new alignment, but the focus there will be and has been on those props. Please add as many props as you can find to your village. They will add something else than just buildings. They will add life, and life is the heart of a Christmas village. Someone may believe that it is the buildings that make everything. No, it is the mix of both. And if you have good figurines, good props, good micro scenes, and good buildings, it will be top notch. A little difficult to find nowadays, but it is like that. Maybe you need to search from vintage figurines, from vintage production. It is a little more expensive, but it is like that, unfortunately. What else, guys? Yes, the new loco shell there. I will talk it intensively in the next weeks. And maybe part 13 will be in 2 weeks, but I don't know. Expect or a part 13 for next week, or my annual trip to Peraga Christmas shop, but it will be during the weekend, so part that video may not be in the middle of next week, but after the next weekend. I don't know. Big surprises for the next 2 weeks. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment, and give big thumbs up and some hype if you find that, because YouTube seems to hide the hype functionality sometimes. Thank you for watching. Thank you for bearing my absolutely awful English, and see you for a new video in just a week or a weekend some days. Thank you, guys. Bye. Ciao. Auf Wiedersehen. Salut. Au revoir. Bye bye.